Hello guys, well today I'd like to present a new addition to my RC collection, and it is by chance a RC helicopter. Now for those of you who have been following my channel, I've flown drones for quite a number of years. I think about 14 years something. Heel right from the start when we built drones with from scratch, and not like now you can buy a complete flying drone for almost the price we just used for a flight controller at the time. And I've had a few helicopters in between the drone flying, but they never really caught my fascination, because the flight controllers in the helicopters were not the same like the ones that the drones had. The ones in the drones I felt were much better, so I concentrated upon the drones. But recently I got interested in helicopters again, and I saw that you could get scale models, and I'm very much into scale, as you can see from my scale models. And I decided to get this system. Now that's what I want to introduce to you. Well, it's an RC helicopter, scale 450. It's a glass fiber fuselage made by Roban, the Roban fuselage. Those of you in the helicopter world will know, will recognize the name Roban. They are known for scale fuselages. Now, it's not only the Roban scale, but the Roban fuselage, but it has a Flywing H1 flight controller. And this is very similar to many of the drone controllers, you know, the GPS, ATI, manual abilities, and ability to tune it via some software. Now, again, when we come to helicopters, most of you have seen the 3D helicopters and the scale helicopters. Now, this is my personal preference. The 3D helicopters, you know, the ones you see zip, 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 fizzing around like an angry insect. They don't really talk to me. I don't really feel it. I am more into the scale models that lift off looking scale, fly around slow and steady looking scale, and the helicopter itself simulates what you see in real life. Now, back to the fuselage. This is a Roban glass fiber fuselage, and I've made it to look imitating the Danish Medical Emergency Services helicopter, which I'm actually almost there. There are a few other details which I have to put on, but I'm about 80% there. Now, as you can see, it has the landing gear there. It's a 4-blade helicopter, rotor system, and it has a tail fenestron system. Now, why did I choose the EC135 Eurocopter model? One was, of course, this is one of the models that the medical services use in many European countries, but also I just like the look of it. I like the idea that the tail rotor is protected, the fenestron system there. I also like the idea that it's 4-bladed, and it's just got this handsome look to it. Now, this model, like I said, uses the Flywing flight controller, but the internals is made by a company called FlishRC, FLYSHRC. They buy the parts and assemble and test it, and then send it to you, and you assemble it yourself. It's actually very well made. with very stable and almost no play in it. It doesn't come with it comes only with the front glass. The side windows are open, and I cut some plexi laminate and glued in there. Now these are the internals. The ESC is a 60 amp ESC by Flywing, which is quite adequate. Now it's a gear system, not a belt system, and the gear system runs the rotor. The controller has a separate ESC in the tail boom that also sorry, the ESC is in, this is a double ESC, but the wires go through the tail boom and control the Fenestron tail rotor system. Now, the internals are made by, like I told you, FlishRC. As you can see, I don't know if I can get it here. They have their CNC anodized aluminium parts. It's actually very good quality. I was surprised with the advances. The servos are also proprietary, and the motor is also marked. The electrical motor down there, now you cannot see it because of the controller, but it's marked with FlishRC. It's their own brand. The servos are digital, if I didn't mention that. Now the sender and the transmitter are FLYSKY. It's a popular model. I 3D printed this myself. It's just the start and the run and the start button, so it gets a little bit extra protection. But it comes well packaged, and you assemble it. There are YouTube videos on assembling it, so it's not a problem. It's actually quite easy to assemble. You assemble the landing gear, you attach it to the fuselage, and then you just place this inside and you screw it down. All the electricals are already connected. The only thing I did was I installed a lighting system, and it's just a strobe light on top, below a searchlight under, and then of course the port and the starboard lights, which on the real models usually is here, but I couldn't be bothered the extra effort, and I was afraid it will crack if I drilled there, but some people have done it. So I installed it on the tail, which you'd see in a video when I finish testing, when I fly this. I made a little test flight, which you'd see at the end of this video. Now this model uses 520 milliampere per hour 4S LiPo battery. I also have a 5000 capacity battery, and I get about 10 minutes on both of them. I use a LiPo alarm, which is just sitting here to tell me when I should land. And like I said, because this is scale flying, you don't really fly so far away like you do with drones, because the beauty of this is watching it and admiring it like the real thing. So you are mostly flying in front of yourself, or maximum about 30 meters away, because once you go further than 30 meters, it starts to become so small that you can't really appreciate it. To power the extra lights, I made a Y harness, as you can see, and I'm taking the power directly from the battery and not from the receiver, which Flywing actually warns against. So this is just a quick introduction to this helicopter. If you have any questions, you're welcome to ask. Like I said, it is sold by FlishRC. You can find them on AliExpress and all the usual Chinese sites. They buy the parts from the different distributors, and test it, set it up, and then deassemble and send it to you to assemble again. Now all I did was assemble it I marked out a few details on it, made the stickers and put the lights, and then I have a cute scale helicopter which you'd see flying in the video. Again, thank you for watching. If you're not subscribed, remember to subscribe and leave a like. Bye.